Hey, folks, it's Khalil here. We're broadcasting live here from Jim Click Jeep down in Tucson, Arizona, right? Tucson Auto Mall. Next to me, Josh Carlson here, my buddy Josh. So, I just want to. This is the first experience that I'm doing here through my Instagram. Probably going to see a lot from me and Josh here, starting different things here about social media, reaching out to the community, with these helping people just understanding what Jeep stands for, what it is for, what the brand is. Behind me here, you got this guy. You got the Jeep Grand Cherokee. That's what our topics is. But we're gonna start first with the brand and what it does and what it is, what's the name come from. It's a technically Jeep is not only a brand,
It's a lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle, absolutely. So what's the Jeep? Where's the Jeep name came from, Josh? What is it? What is it? What's the name Jeep came from?
So the name Jeep comes from, it's actually a two-letter acronym from World War II. So back in 1941, the Willys Overland Company submitted the winning bid for a multi-use light-duty vehicle for the United States military. And when they were actually put into production and shipped overseas, they were called the Willys GP, or the General Purpose Vehicle. So
Okay.
American soldiers started just calling it the Jeep for short. And so after the war, when Jeep started manufacturing civilian vehicles, they took the GP, spelled it out with the JEEP, and the Jeep name has been with it ever since.
So that tells you. So like Josh said, it's in 1941. The GP is out, so it helped out a lot tremendously in the war. So it's an American brand, backed up the troops, and they won the war because of the Jeeps. So this thing is Warrior right behind us, and it's got 80 years of backing up the name.
Mm-hmm.
So usually people think about. So don't you agree? People think when they see Jeep, they think about the Jeep Wrangler, the boxy thing with the round and everything else. So and also the 7-slot grill that you see in there right behind me, right in Jeep Grand Cherokee. So what's the 7-slot grill means something, right? So everything in a Jeep is a history. It's everything from the wheel. If you look at behind me right here, look where, and then what do you call that on the top of the little, the tire right there, right behind me, which is right here. So that's basically also means something. That's a Jeep unique. But we're going to 7-slot grill. What's the 7-slot grill means, Josh?
So the Jeep has been deployed for certain forms of service to all 7 continents. So
Okay.
the 7-slot grill represents all 7 continents that the Jeep has done work on, including Antarctica.
Wow. So you're talking about 7 continents all the way. So what are you talking about? Very capable car, general purpose, things out there. And the car, there is nothing out there. And there is the Jeep, it's been the 4-wheel drive of the decade. So nobody gets that. And it's called after the Rubicon Trail. So the Rubicon Trail, what's a Rubicon Trail? What is it? What is a Rubicon Trail here, Josh? So
the Rubicon Trail is a world famous off-roading trail in, I believe it's Lake Tahoe, California.
Yep.
So it's where the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon gets its namesake from. And that also goes into play on how we trail rate our vehicles. So being trail rated, every single Wrangler is capable out of the box, out of the factory, of doing the Rubicon Trail. And that's one thing that we've always looked at is we look at the kind of adventure aspect of the Wrangler. We want to make sure that it is going to be able to handle whatever you want to throw at it and get you out the other side.
Okay, that's great. So now one thing, Josh, thank you for clarifying that. One of the things I want to share with you that the name Rubicon itself, what came from back in Rome days. There is a river. I'll tell you a little story. There is a river right around Rome, and there is a limit to that river. If anybody crosses that river, may declare war. There is no way back. So, looking at that name, going to Lake Tahoe, the cars usually when they pass that trail, they come up like if you imagine your soda, when you drink that soda or a can of beer or whatever, and you smash that. So think about a car when it goes to that trail. How does it going to look like smashed like that little car right there? It comes up, it's so smashed. But guess what? The only car survived will be
Jeep Wrangler Rubicon.
Rubicon that survived that. And any Jeep Wrangler, in fact, it had what? It had an actual the badge of honor, which is the trail rated, correct?
Correct. And so Jeep does a whole host of badge of honor that's actually a trail system. So there are badge of honor trails all around the country, including one here in Arizona. It's actually up north, closer to where I come from. It's up in the Camp Verde area, Sedona area. It's called Schnebley Hill. It's actually one of Jeep's badge of honors, and I have driven that trail several times.
So, Jeep is huge. Josh is very familiar with off-road capability, been helping troops and so forth. There is different models that the actual brand offers, different models in it, starting from the entry level, and all of them capable, actually very capable, because they have different trim levels, which is called, for the smaller models, they call the Trail Hawk. It's Hawk for the trail. So the Hawk animal is basically very go-getter. It's in there, focused. Think about the focus and the name, Trail Hawk. The hawk itself, it's focused. Whenever it has a target, it's determined to get that prey right there and to get it. So it's focused, it's disciplined. So you got the brand GP, Jeep, and you got the trail rated. You get also the Trail Hawk for the smaller ones. So I'm talking about there is a few models. So what we got to start, the first level will be, the first one, the entry level will be the Renegade, right?
Correct.
And then we have...
From the Renegade, we go to the Compass, which is on a similar platform, but slightly bigger.
Okay, and it's coming, it's a very capable car. They did a lot of things, and when you go to the Trailhawk, it's very capable. However, it gives you excellent fuel economy. It's got a great, all the addition. And remember, the Jeep you always can add. You can do a lot of customization to the vehicle. You can add a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter what car it is, correct? Josh?
We've got a whole host of parts and accessories for every Jeep model out there.
Okay.
Put your own thumbprint on it.
One thing I want to add to the accessories, here at the dealership, where we do one thing. You can come see Josh or see me right to the dealership, can walk you right to the to our parts department. Even if we don't have the part, we have a great team here where they do buy the wholesale part for you, and they mark it up only 10%. So at the end of the day, you'll be paying way less than you're going to be paying any other part, because we only mark it up 10% in the top of the wholesale price. So you don't get that anywhere. So going back, that's sideways. So again, we're not here selling you anything. You come in here, we go over the brand. We don't sell Jeeps, we drive them. So each one of us, if we don't drive it, we have one in the family. Somebody owned the Jeep or we owned it. So starting from there, going back. So we get to the Compass, and then the next one will be after the Compass. There will be the Cherokee. The Cherokee. So if you think one thing, you think about every single name in the brand. Again, it's been very well studied. Heritage is huge in the brand. So talking about Cherokee and the Grand Cherokee, the next one that's a big popper, which is the one behind me here. But there is a big baby that's come up. The L stands for long. So what we got here for the long one, we got third row seating, right, in the Jeep?
Yep. So we got a whole host of new technologies in the Grand Cherokee L. So first things first, it is a complete ground up redesign from the previous generation Grand Cherokee. So up until this year, so the Grand Cherokee and the Durango shared a very similar platform. They are no longer connected, and they are no longer one and the same. The Grand Cherokee L is wider, it is longer, but let me kind of go over some of the new technologies in it as well. So Khalil and I were talking about the different tech features, and one of the things that I really love about this is the new night vision infrared camera system.
What? Hold on a second. Hold on. So you're saying that the infrared... So hold on, going back to the Jeep, right? GP, being deployed, being right in the mission, right? Talking about the Hawks, Trail Hawks, and the Track Hawk, that's another thing. But being focused, and then you get night vision, so like a special operation, the special ops kind of deal?
Exactly. So I'll do an example right here. So for those of you watching, have any of you ever been living somewhere or driving somewhere where you get a lot of wildlife at night? You notice how you cannot see them until you're almost on top of them, and then you have to take evasive driving maneuvers to avoid said animal so you don't damage your vehicle, and you protect your occupants inside. Well, this new camera and night vision system is designed to see in upwards of 100 meters, so about 330 feet in front of you, so that way you can actually see the any kind of animals or pedestrians or anything that might be in your way, designed to just keep the occupants of the vehicle safe, keep those outside the vehicle safe, and it's a phenomenal technology.
Oh, geez. So this is something that's new, but keep in mind, standard, since the government actually, I know nobody trusts them, but that's another thing. We don't want to talk about this now. That's the backup since May 2018. That's mandated by the federal government. You have to have a backup camera, so that's a standard thing, right? And backup camera. There's additional things that standard will be the blind spot monitor system, which is used in airplanes again, being very special things and a lot of other accessories, a lot of other features that's available. And we can go over that in depth. You can come in and take a look at the car. We invite you to come in. But we're going through different models, and we stop at the L, the long one. But there's a new one that's going to be revealed. That will be the W, as in whiskey. That's the one Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer, it's a huge thing that's coming up, and we're inviting you to come to see us on September
the 8th. It's a Thursday, and we're going to be starting our launch party at 6:30. It is going to be a huge event. We're going to have all kinds of information available. We're going to have both myself as well as Khalil here, and the whole complement of our Jeep certified staff here, there to answer questions and really show you why this vehicle is going to be the pinnacle of Jeep technology, as well as a fierce competitor within the market.
That's amazing, Josh. So we offered that for you guys to come in and see us. We are looking at 701 West Automall Drive. We have that time, so you can come see those two cars. It will be in here. I think we have only the Wagoneer. The Grand Wagoneer will be later on. That's a longer one. So, and there is a vast thing. We can take one other session. We can discuss this again. But we go through the brand again, the whole Jeep. So we have the iconic Jeep Wrangler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Josh? So we have the Wrangler. It comes 2 and 4 doors, correct?
Correct.
And also we have the Gladiator. So they both iconic. So it's iconic as a Jeep Wrangler. The Gladiator used to be called what? The Scrambler, the Comanche. What they called again? Before?
So the Jeep truck has had several names over the years. So I mean, we had the Scrambler, which was built off of a CJ platform that had essentially an elongated truck bed, but it was still that same body. And then we didn't really have the separate body and bed trucks until we were looking at things like the Jeep J10 pickup, as well as the Comanche back in the 70s and 80s. So the Jeep's had a storied history with having these trucks. We haven't had one since the late 80s that we really haven't had a Jeep truck, and so we wanted to build one that was going to be really the ground for someone who wants a Jeep Wrangler, but also needs the capability of a truck all at the same time. And we've got the same transfer case, the same four-wheel drive system, the same power plants that have made the Jeep Wrangler legendary. But now we're adding things such as we're talking a 7,600-pound towing capacity.
Wow.
That's available on these Gladiators.
Wow.
We have a desert-specific Mojave edition, which is built with dual reservoir shocks and a locking rear differential that is lockable at high speeds. Therefore, you can actually drive at very fast speeds across desert terrains, across open terrain. It's designed to be more of a Baja-style truck right out of the box.
Wow. So just going back here, thank you, Josh, for the good explanation. So this tells you that the Gladiator is really rooted in. But one thing I tell you, if you are religious, I'm gonna share with you a trick here. I want you to Google one thing: the length of Gladiator. And you copy the length, exactly the number, and you put right in Google and put Genesis in front of it. And go ahead. Right now, Josh is going to look it up in his phone, and he's going to read the verse of the Bible. So if you really read the Bible, you see what it is. So like I say, nothing is made as an accident. We've got a bunch of engineers and enthusiasts these people put a lot of heart to this car. In any single car that Jeep, so going back, so this car is handpicked and made for you specifically, so handcrafted like 100%. So it's rooted. It has a backbone. It didn't come up like put in a name for it, stick a name, slap car, make it look like it, commercialize it. No, this car is really rooted into this. So, and we don't brag about it like other people do. We're not really trying to sell you anything, but we drive. We really love these cars because we live it. So, did you find the verse?
Is it this one you're
So
talking
in
about?
Genesis, yep, say Genesis in here. So if you read, what does it say? And
Go ahead.
and the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a help meet for him. And the rib which the Lord had taken from man made a woman and brought her into man." But basically, what it says here, the help. Think about it. The help itself. When you read that, it's rooted. It's not an accident that they did that. Believe it or not, the length and everything else, the engineering, the way how it's made. And he's even in a bed. If you look inside, did you know about that, Josh?
I didn't.
So that's a little trick right there. And there is a little thing that this car is made. It's made in Toledo, Ohio. It's Toledo Jeep. Toledo, Ohio. They call the Jeep town. People are so rooted in that Jeep. One time, Chrysler decided to move that thing in there, and the whole town basically just went nuts. So they kept that in Toledo town, and salute everybody in Toledo if you see in this video. And if you know anybody in Toledo, just shake their hand and ask them about a Jeep. If you go over there, I have people that really love the Jeep, and they really love them. So one of the things about Gladiator, so just everything that you see in this car with all the trim levels, we'd love to share with you what our knowledge are. We don't want to sell you anything. Just come spend some time, drink a cup of coffee. We have cheap coffee here. It's free. We don't charge you anything.
It's very cheap.
Don't charge you anything. Just come over, hang out with us. The drink is on us. H2O. That's the best. It's a flat though. I'm sorry. It doesn't have no bubbles or anything like that. Even there is the soda bubble. I talk too much. Okay? Well, guys, peace out. Thanks, Josh. We're gonna see a lot from. So if you have any question, stop by at 701 West Automall Drive. Ask for Josh Carlson or Khalil Bida. JC like Jim Click. That's the same thing. Josh Carlson.
It's really easy to remember.
It's easy. Okay. And Khalil, remember the C, like RC Cola, the Khalil Bottling Company in Tucson, Arizona, or Khalil, the Superman. Josh's number is
928-699-7411.
And Khalil Bida's phone number is 347-439-6546. We are located 701 West Automall Drive. Again, we have an event coming up in September.
September 8th,
September the
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. So come a little earlier, hang out with us. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some food, and we're not going to bring any dancers or anything, right? No, I'm just kidding. So we're gonna have some music here, live music, maybe DJ or something like that. I don't know. So whatever.
Get Beyonce to DJ for us.
Beyonce? Ooh, yeah. So that's amazing. Well, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna see a lot of this. So try next time to join like both of them. This is the first time we do this, and this is just definitely Josh was passing by, so we started doing this. And I don't know how we're gonna share it and how we do this. If I can keep it or not, I got no idea. All the best, guys. Thanks again. Peace. Take care. Peace out. Love you guys. Peace out. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.